welcome to this special episode of Storyboard. I'm Shibani Gharat, and what a fantastic year it has been for us, where we spoke not just to some of the best minds from advertising and marketing, but some of my favorite celebrities too. First up in this episode, we have my chat with Shah Rukh Khan. I was told that he's extremely sharp with his answers and extremely warm as a person when you meet him, and he lived up to this reputation. Let's take a look at this conversation with Shah Rukh Khan. We have a very special guest on the show today, a man who has charmingly delivered all those dialogues in his movies, has delivered dialogues and one-liners and taglines for brands that he has endorsed over the past few years. We have Shah Rukh Khan with us today, who's exuding charm, sitting right across me. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Shivani, and you're very charming too.
Thank you very much. Mediums have evolved over the past few years. There is coming in of social media. Digital has become, like the way of life for many. Or many brands. You are a brand yourself. How have you evolved as a communicator on these different mediums, with the evolution of mediums?
By keeping quiet, actually. I think the evolution
I don't think that's true.
No, absolutely. I'm telling you the honest truth. With social media, there are so many people who jump onto you without realizing perhaps what you're saying, or just because they have a voice. I think so whenever I've been, I think I mostly use Twitter. I like it. It's short. It's, I don't know, it's just, you just write what you feel like. Very seldom have I professionally used social medium to promote my brands. I don't do that. I'm very clear about that. So if I'm sitting here and I've had a good time with Nitesh and the rest of the team, Savantika and Kapil and everyone, who are friends actually, I've enjoyed my evening here. I may tweet about it or do a picture from here, but it's not binding on me. So I don't use social media for a job, to be honest. I use it for a personal expression. And like you said, how has it evolved? I don't even use it to clarify my position in media. I don't use it to sell anything. I just say what I feel, and of course that is also kind of taken differently sometimes. If I tweet a sad song, people think I'm sad. I'm not. I'm actually just dancing in the shower maybe, but I just like that song. But having said that, I do find myself becoming quieter, more diplomatic, and not really wanting to get into a space where, with all due respect to people who start screaming and shouting, and I don't like that. I don't want to wake up in the morning to abusive people or people who don't understand what I've said, and misinterpret it or put a viewpoint on me which I don't agree with.
And if that happens, then how do you deal with it?
I just found out you can block them. So I block them.
Is that the only solution?
Well, I could find the houses and have a chat with them, but I'm too busy and too big a star to waste my time on them.
There is an audience that buys the ticket to your movies, and there is a consumer that buys the product that you ask them to, that you endorse. Do you see a difference in these two people?
There would be, because just categorically speaking, the products are different. I sell entertainment. And I want you to come for a couple of hours or more than that sometimes and enjoy yourself, have an evening out. The products I sell have a different use. So for example, let me just extend this. At this point in time, as I sit, I'm talking about, please do take the home loans from DHFL because we are offering you the best service possible. You take the loan, go and buy yourself a house, get it painted by Nerolac, and then get it furnished by D-Decor. Buy yourself a Hyundai, sit in it, go for a drive, come back, put on your Vidicon television and watch my film. The service I give is watching my film. The rest of them are different
uses. You just plugged in all your brands.
I do all the brands.
So, you spoke about brand responsibility earlier, responsibility towards choosing brands. How responsible an endorser are you? Like, how do you choose your brand?
See, I think it's being tabled in the parliament now that people who are brand ambassadors, they should also be responsible, and they should be.
Which just happened like a few months back.
And they should be. But having said that, the specialization a company has, one, when they choose me to be a brand ambassador, of course I can, not just superficial, but not completely in-depth. I have knowledge, because we sit down, we chat, we talk, we understand, we're educated people. So we can figure out what this service means. but I don't understand the exact workings of the home loan system of DHFL. Neither do I understand how the machinery inside a Hyundai works. I make it a point to make it all right, but things go wrong. I mean, the best of things go wrong. The best of intentions go wrong. The best of technology goes wrong. Does not mean companies are actually... See, I'm a little fortunate. Most of the companies I'm working for don't sell for profits. They kind of sell for reputation now. They sell for quality now. They are very well established, 100-year-old companies that I've been working for. So the assumption is, beyond a little superficial level, that I have enough knowledge of it, but I don't have in-depth knowledge of it. Having said that, obviously I'm the face of it. I'm the wrapping of the product. How much ever would you hold the wrapping responsible for the like or dislike of the product? That's how much the brand ambassador should be held responsible. So I do mean to say, I don't know if it's the right word or not, but there should be a limited responsibility. But having said that, whenever product is being sold in the Indian market or anywhere else, there are checks and balances in places. There are institutions which make sure there's a quality control. There are institutions which look for safety. There are institutions which look for corruption or things that can go wrong. So if they have bypassed that somehow and still gone ahead and done it, is it right to believe that I would know better than those institutions? So you have to keep a balance. I think it's important everyone involved with endorsing the company, the product and the brand ambassador should be held responsible. But I think the brand ambassador has to have limited liability, if I can say that.
If Shah Rukh left me charmed, Kareena Kapoor left me speechless with her thoughts and opinions. In an era where every celebrity is trying to outshine the other with their posts on social media platforms, Kareena Kapoor has decided to stay away from the rat race. Why? We find out in this interaction. Ours is a show on advertising and marketing, and today we have an actor who has played a marketer herself in her previous film. Kareena Kapoor, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
It was a fantastic performance as a marketer in Ki and Ka. You know, what were your learnings being a marketer in that particular film?
Well, I think that I'm more of a director's actress. I follow my brief of the director, and working with Balki, who himself comes from the advertising world, I think he made it a lot easier. I couldn't have asked for a better director than him, you know, to play this part of a professional. And I'm glad people appreciated it. So I think it was a small effort, a small film, which I'm glad people loved.
So how does Kareena Kapoor choose her brands?
Well, I think my brands choose me. And I then decide, yes, of course. I mean, the only things I don't endorse is alcohol, cigarettes and non-vegetarian food. I think apart from that, I've endorsed practically everything under the sun.
Exactly.
But most of my brands have been a fit to my personality, you know.
So what makes you a brand's favorite?
If I may say, I think that, you know, I mold myself according to, you know, each brand. The most important thing is that to kind of be very approachable to the consumer, you know. So I think that somewhere being this naughty, cheeky kind of girl, you know, at the same time as being girl next door, a little, you know, hottish kind of vibe, not overtly sexy. I think there are a lot of things that I think, yeah, a lot of brands like. It's a mix.
So, since you have played a role of a marketer, can I ask you, how involved are you in a brand's storytelling process? Like, how involved are you when you're doing a particular commercial or choosing a particular brand or thinking a campaign? Like, are you as involved as you are with your films?
Well, I think I'm as committed as I am to my films. But yeah, I mean, the story campaign has to, you know, suit me, suit my personality, suit the fact that why they signed me on comes across, you know. So yeah, I mean, we have a couple of meetings, but I'm not very anal about it. I don't get after them. If I don't like something, I don't say it on set. I've communicated it way before, so we kind of, you know, find a way to
work around it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Work around it, yeah. So you have been endorsing brands for quite some time now. How have you evolved as a brand endorser? Because, you know, you've gone through life stages, you've gone through stages when it comes to your career. How have you evolved as an endorser?
Oh, well, I think that I've endorsed, I can say that every possible product for over a decade, whichever brand. I'm very, very lucky because they've treated me more like family than anything else. I'm probably the only actress to endorse, I think, phones of 3 different kinds. From laptops to to handbags to shoes. I don't think there's possibly anything that I haven't. Sometimes I wonder that, God, is there anything left? And then there's always some other one. So I enjoy it. I love being so committed to my brands. I love being loyal to them. I love giving them my attitude and my confidence.
Do you think commercial success of your films impacts your endorsements?
I think in a way, definitely, I mean, like, being a part of a successful film always has its perks. But I think that, I'm at a stage in my career and my life that I think I'm a little above that, because somewhere I think that they also know, like I said, I come with a certain attitude, I come with a certain amount of things that I can bring to the table and to the product. So I think it's, 50-50 more than anything else.
So which is the category that you haven't worked with, since you've said you've endorsed so many of them?
Well, like I said that...
And which one probably do you want to work with, like?
Oh, well, I mean, I don't know. It's like, it's so different because I have endorsed everything and I enjoy, doing most of my brands. I love it, and now it's like this hair commercial has been really special. I'd never endorsed something like, something as cool and edgy as Be Blunt, A lot of commercial stuff, yes, but I think that somewhere this is very modern and contemporary, so I'm quite enjoying this.
So, you mentioned that you are not on social media, and a lot of, actors are actively involved on social media to create their own brand personality, the way in which they talk and interact with the consumer and the audience. So, do you see that as a drawback? Do you see, how do you look at that?
Well, I don't know. I don't look at it as, I think an actor can't publicize himself. I think an actor becomes an actor and becomes, loved by millions of people through his body of work, not through interaction, through, social media, or if I put up a picture. I mean, it's a great platform, yes, to kind of connect. But I think that for years on end, actors have connected through their films, through their interviews. They've had this certain kind of aura and this certain kind of mystery. So I still kind of believe that, and I don't believe that if, there's so many actors who are not on social media platforms, but that doesn't make them any less a star.
Yeah,
I mean, it's I probably come from that, but it's obviously each to its own, and I don't believe that you have to constantly have a take or something to say, on each kind
issue,
of thing. Yeah,
each issue.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. Thanks for speaking to us.
Pleasure.
Pleasure meeting you.
Thank you.
It is time for us to take a short break. When we return, we get to see what tips does Sachin Tendulkar have for the young cricketing brand endorsers today, and how involved is Farhan Akhtar beyond the traditional role of a brand endorsers in the ad films that he is involved with.